नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यम् तन्तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। श्लोका 14 Chapter 8 Ananyachetaः satatam Yo mam smarati nityashah Tasyaham sulabhah partha Nityayuktasya yoginah. हे पार्थ, ओ अर्जुन, यहाँ अनन्यचेताः सन् मां सततं नित्यशः स्मरति तस्य नित्ययुक्तस्य योगिनः अहं सुलभः. This is the Vigraha Vakya. Sorry, this is the Anvaya. He Partha, O Arjuna, Yaha Ananyachetaha san, without allowing his mind to go elsewhere, meaning focusing the mind on Paramatma, making the mind free from distraction, satatam, continuously, nityashaha, regularly. So satatam and nityashaha. So satatam and nityashaha seem to be similar. So Bhashyakara will distinguish these two, the subtle difference between these two. Satatam means continuously, consistently, and nityashaha means dirghakala, for a long time. Continuously for a long time. Mam smarati. Smarati literally means remembers. Here smarati means dhyayati, meditates on Paramatma. So Smaranam is meditating on Paramatma. Paramatma dhyana, upasanam. Tasya nityayuktasya yoginaha, that kind of a yogi, an upasaka, who is nityayuktaha, whose mind is constantly focused. Aham sulabhaha, I am easy to attain. So, according to the Vyakhyanakaras, This is about an upasaka who is akrit, who is ajitasuhu. Previously, Bhagavan talked about a jitasu upasaka, an upasaka who has practiced the technique of leaving the body deliberately, whereas this is about another type of upasaka who constantly dwells on Paramatma, but he does not practice the technique of leaving the body. We will see the Bhashya. Kincha ananyachetaha na anya vishaye chetaha yasya saha ayam ananyachetaha yogi satatam sarvada yo mam parameshwaram स्मरति नित्यशः सततम् इति नैरन्तर्यम् उच्यते नित्यशः इति दीर्घकालत्वम् उच्यते न षण्मासं संवत्सरं वा किं तर्हि यावज्जीवं नैरन्तर्येण यः मां स्मरति इत्यर्थः तस्य योगिनः अहं सुलभः सुखेन लभ्यः हे पार्थ नित्ययुक्तस्य सदा समाहितचित्तस्य योगिनः यतः एवं अतः अनन्यचेताः सन् मयि सदा समाहितो भवेत् किंच मोरोवर अनन्यचेताः न अन्यविषये चेतः यस्य सः अयम् अनन्यचेताः whose mind does not dwell in other objects. Anya vishaye, in other objects, objects other than Paramatma, his mind does not dwell. Chetaha na. Saha ananya chetaha. He is called ananya chetaha. Yogi, and he is a yogi, an upasaka. Satatam, sarvada, always. Yaha mam parameshwaram smarati, meditates on Parameshwara. Nityashaha. Nityashaha means always. Satatam is also always. Nityashaha is also always. What is the difference? Bhashyakara says, Satatam iti nairantaryam uchyate. By the word Satatam, Nairantarya is told, continuity is told, regularity is told. whereas nityashaha iti dirghakalatvam uchyate. Nityashaha refers to dirghakalatva, for a long time. And how long? Na shanmasam samvatsaram va, not 6 months or 1 year. Kim tarhi, then what? Yavajjivam, as long as one lives, all through one's life. Yavajjivam nairantaryena yahamam smarati ityarthaha. If one remembers, if one meditates on Paramatma, Yavajjivam, all one's life, nairantaryena, continuously, then it is easy to attain Paramatma. Tasya yoginaha aham sulabhaha. For such a yogi, aham, Paramatma, sulabhaha, means sukhena labhyaha, easily attainable. It is easy to attain Paramatma for such a yogi. Without any effort, such a person will remember Paramatma at the time of death, and then he will get Krama Mukti. He Partha, Nityayuktasya, Sada Samahita Chittasya Yoginaha, the yogi who is always focused in mind, for such a yogi. Yataha evam, since it is so, ataha, therefore, ananyachetaha san, being ananyachetaha, without allowing the mind to dwell on other objects, mayi sada samahito bhavet, one should constantly focus the mind on Paramatma. Mamupetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam napnuvanti mahatmanaha samsiddhim paramam gataha. So, an upasaka will in due course of time attain Paramatma. What is the purpose of attaining Paramatma? Why not go to any other loka and enjoy, like Swarga ityadi? Then Bhagavan says, if one go to any other loka, one cannot avoid rebirth. Going to any other loka, even Swarga or even Brahma loka, one has to return to the human birth, because all lokas are time bound. Therefore, they are not worth attaining. Instead, if one attains Paramatma, it is eternal. Paramatma Prapti is eternal. Therefore, there is no Punarjanma. One does not have to return to samsara after attaining Paramatma. Therefore, this pursuit is superior to any other pursuit, including the pursuit of various higher lokas. So, Mam upetya, paramam samsiddhim gataha mahatmanaha. Mahatmanaha, the great ones. Bhagavan glorifies an upasaka as a Mahatma. Samsiddhim paramam gataha. Mam upetya paramam samsiddhim gataha. They have attained parama samsiddhi, the ultimate accomplishment, having attained Paramatma. So, attaining Paramatma is the greatest accomplishment. So, mam upetya paramam samsiddhim gataha. Having attained Paramatma, having reached Paramatma, they have accomplished the greatest. And then dukkhalayam ashashvatam punarjanma na apnuvanti. They do not get into punarjanma, rebirth, which is dukkhalayam. Punarjanma is dukkhalayam. It is an abode of all dukkhas, abode of all sorrows, all sufferings. Ashashvatam, and even supposing that there is no difficulty, you get a happy birth, even then it is not worth attaining, because ashashvatam, temporary. Punarjanma na apnuvanti, they do not attain. So here two things are mentioned. Attaining Paramatma is the greatest accomplishment, Parama Samsiddhi, because it gives the completeness. On attaining Paramatma, one becomes complete. And also one is free from samsara. So attainment of Paramatma is atyantika sukha prapti, being Parama Samsiddhi. It is atyantika sukha prapti, and it is samsara nivritti, atyantika samsara nivritti, and that is moksha. Moksha is atyantika sukha prapti and atyantika samsara nivritti. So, see the Bhashya, Sambandha, Tava saulabhyena kim syaditi, Uchyate, Shrunutat, Mama saulabhyena yad bhavati. Tava saulabhyena kim syat iti. So, previously Bhagavan said, Tasyaham sulabhav partha. It is easy to attain me if one meditates on me regularly. So, what is the use of you being easily available? Tava saulabhyena. By your ease of availability, kim syat, kim prayojanam syat, what is the purpose? What purpose does it serve? If Paramatma is available, what is the use of Paramatma being available? Iti uchyate. Then Bhagavan says, Shrunutat mama saulabhyena yadbhavati. Mama saulabhyena yadbhavati. Mama saulabhyena. By my ease of availability, yad bhavati, yad prayojanam bhavati, what prayojana is there, what purpose it serves, tat shanu, please listen to that. So, mam upetya, mam ishwaram, upetya, madbhavam apadya. Apadya is a better reading. Apadya is a better reading. Punarjanma, punarutpattim, na apnuvanti. Na apnuvanti should be there. Then na prapnuvanti. Na apnuvanti. Na prapnuvanti. Mam upetya. Mam, me, referring to Ishvara. Ishvaram upetya. Upetya means madbhavam apadya. Attaining my nature, my bhava, attaining my true nature, my true swarupa. Madbhavam means my true swarupa. Apadya. Upetya is equal to apadya. Attaining. Punarjanma is equal to punarutpattim. Here punarjanma is dvitiya ekavachanam because it is the object of the karma of apnuvanti, na apnuvanti. So punarjanma na apnuvanti means na prapnuvanti. They do not attain. They do not get into punarjanma. Kyum vishishtam punarjanma na prapnuvanti iti tad visheshanam aha dukkhalayam dukkhanam adhyatmikadinam alayam ashrayam aliyante asmin dukkhani iti dukkhalayam janma. So, yeah. Kyum vishishtam punarjanma na apnuvanti, na prapnuvanti iti tad visheshanam aha. So, one might ask, what kind of punarjanma they don't get? Kyum vishishtam? What is the qualification of the punarjanma? So, what kind of punarjanma na prapnuvanti? They don't attain iti. Tad vish iti. If somebody asks so, iti prashte sati, tad visheshanam aha. Bhagavan mentions the visheshana, the qualifications of the punarjanma. So, tasya punarjanmanaha visheshanam, tad visheshanam. Shashti tatpurusha samasa. Aha. Bhagavan says, Bhagavan mentions Dukkhalayam. So one Visheshana is Dukkhalayam. It is a house of Dukkha. Dukkhanam alayam ashrayam. Dukkhanam alayam dukkhalayam. Dukkhanam alayah dukkhalayah tam dukkhalayam. Dvitiya vibhakti. Because it is karma of na apnuvanti. Sorry, it is adjective of punarjanma. See, punarjanma is dvitiya ekavachanam. Dukkhalayam is qualifying punarjanma. Therefore, it is also in dvitiya vibhakti. So, Dukkhalayam, Dukkhanam alayam. Alayam means ashrayam. And he gives the derivation of alaya. Aliyante asmin dukkhani iti dukkhalayam. Aliyante asmin iti alayah. That in which something abides, it is called alaya. So, dukkhanam alayam alayah dukkhalayah. So, what are the dukkhas? Adhyatmikadinam dukkhanam. The dukkhas are adhyatmika ityadi. Adhyatmika, adhibhautika, adhidaivika. Three types of dukkha. Their alaya is their ashraya, locus, is called dukkhalaya. So, na kevalam dukkhalayam ashashvatam anavasthita swarupancha. Na kevalam dukkhalayam. So there is one more adjective to punarjanma. It is not just dukkhalaya. Ashashvatam. It is ashashvata. Not permanent. Impermanent. Means avasthita swarupancha. It does not have steadiness in nature. It does not have permanence in nature. It is a variable. Anytime it can disappear. Na apnuvanti idrisham punarjanma mahatmanaha yatayaha samsiddhim mokshakhyam prakrishtam paramam prakrishtam gataha praptaha na apnuvanti idrisham punarjanma. Idrisham punarjanma. This kind of punarjanma. So what is idrisham? Idam iva pashyati iti idrisham. Idam iva pashyati iti idrisham. That which looks like this is called idrisham. So we have seen tyadadishu drisho nalochane kancha. So kanya pratyaya or kvin pratyaya. Tyadadi, idam is tyadadi. Then drisha dhatu. Then kvin pratyaya. or kanya pratyaya. Idrish is one shabda, or idrisha. If it is quin pratyaya, it will become idrish. If it is kanya pratyaya, it will be idrisha. So you can see the derivation. We have done tadrisha or tadrish. So similarly, idrisha or idrish also. You can decline the forms of this idrisha. So both will become idrisham, idrish or idrisha. Sorry, here this is kanya pratyayanta, akaranta, idrisha shabda. It cannot be quinnanta. Because quinnanta, if it is in punarjanma, is napumsaka. So quinnanta will become idrik only. So idrisham punarjanma mahatmanah yatayaha Mahatmanaha. So Mahatmanaha means yatayaha, yatis, sannyasinaha. Sannyasis are called Mahatma. If you go to Rishikesh, all sadhus are called Mahatma there. So Mahatmanaha means yatayaha. So yatate mokshartham iti yatihi. One who makes effort for moksha is called yati. It is the derivative meaning of yati. So generally sannyasis are called yati as a rudhi, as a convention, because sannyasi is supposed to be a yati. Sannyasa is meant for getting moksha. Others may or may not make effort for moksha, but a sannyasi has no other choice. He has only one choice, moksha. He has ruled out all other goals of life. That is sannyasa. So, samsiddhim, mokshakhyam samsiddhim. Here samsiddhi is moksha. So, paramam samsiddhim. Moksha is the ultimate accomplishment. Paramam means prakrishtam, the ultimate, the greatest accomplishment. It is nothing but moksha. Gataha, praptaha, they have attained such a samsiddhi. Ye punaha माम न प्राप्नुवन्ति ते पुनरावर्तन्ते. पुनः, on the other hand, ye माम न प्राप्नुवन्ति, the people who do not attain me, te punah avartante, punaravartante, they return, they come back to samsara. Means they don't get freedom from samsara. Abrahma bhuvana lokaha पुनरावर्तिनोऽर्जुन मामुपेत्य तु कौन्तेय पुनर्जन्म न विद्यते. हे कौन्तेय, अर्जुन, आब्रह्मभुवनाः आब्रह्मभुवनात् लोकाः पुनरावर्तिनः. आब्रह्मभुवनात् up to Brahmabhuvana. Brahmabhuvana means Brahmaloka. Up to Brahmaloka. A is Ang. Ang is an avyaya listed in Pradigana. We have seen that. So Ang has various meanings. So mainly it is used in the sense of Maryada and Abhividhi. The limit is two types. Any limit is two types. Maryada and Abhividhi. What is Maryada? Maryada is an exclusive limit. For example, up to Himalaya, Himalayat, if I say, if the Himalaya is included, then that is called Abhividhi. An inclusive limit is called Abhividhi. An exclusive limit is called Maryada. If Himalaya is excluded, then it is called Maryada. If Himalaya is included, it is called Abhividhi. Ahimalayat. So, Ang in the sense of Maryada and Abhividhi, it governs Panchami Vibhakti. That is why Abrahma Bhuvanat, Panchami Vibhakti. Up to Brahmaloka. And here, this up to Brahmaloka, if we take A as Maryada, it will exclude Brahmaloka. If it is taken as Abhividhi, it will include Brahmaloka. So what should we understand? Should we include Brahmaloka or exclude Brahmaloka? Include Brahmaloka. Therefore, this is called Abhividhi. Abhividhau Ang. So, Brahmabhuvanat, up to Brahmabhuvana, up to Brahmaloka, including Brahmaloka, all lokas, lokaha, punaravartinaha, they are subject to return. They are subject to return, meaning they are temporary, they are time bound, whereas Mamupetyatu, unlike other lokas, unlike the lokas, mam upetya, having attained me, punarjanma na vidyate, there is no punarjanma. See the sambandha. Kim punaha tvattaha anyat praptaha punaravartante iti. Uchyate kim punaha, then. So Bhagavan previously said, attaining me, there will not be punaravritti, punarjanma. So then Arjuna might ask, punaha, then tvattaha anyat praptaha, people who attain anything other than you, meaning people who attain any other loka, punaravartante. Kim punaravartante? Do they return? Iti. Uchyate. Bhagavan answers, yes. If they go anywhere else, they will have to return. Brahma bhuvanat bhavanti asmin bhutani iti bhuvanam. Brahmanah bhuvanam. Brahma bhuvanam. Brahmalokah ityarthah. Brahma bhuvanat saha brahma bhuvanena lokaha sarve punaravartinaha punaravartana svabhavaha. He Arjuna, mam upetyatu. Mam ekam is there. Okay. Mam ekam upetyatu kaunteya punarjanma punarutpattihi na vidyate. Brahma bhuvanat. So, up to Brahma bhuvana. Bhashyakara gives the derivation of bhuvana. Bhavanti asmin bhutani iti bhuvanam. Bhuvanam is that the locus in which the bhutani, the beings, are born. Bhutani bhavanti asmin iti bhuvanam. That in which the beings are born is called bhuvanam. Lokaha ityarthaha. Bhuvana means loka. Brahmanaha bhuvanam brahma bhuvanam. The bhuvana of Brahman is Brahma. Brahma. Hiranyagarbha. Brahmanaha bhuvanam. Here Brahmanaha is referring to Hiranyagarbha. Brahmanaha bhuvanam Brahma bhuvanam. Brahma lokaha ityarthaha. It is referring to Brahma loka. Brahma bhuvanat. Up to Brahma bhuvana. And Bhashyakara clarifies that the is abhividhi. Saha Brahma bhuvanena, including Brahma bhuvana. Sarve lokaha, all lokas. punaravartinaha, they are subject to return. Punaravartana svabhavaha, it is their nature to return. Being subject to return is their nature. He Arjuna, Mam upetyatu kaunteya, He kaunteya, Mam ekam upetya, attaining me alone. Punarjanma is equal to punarutpattihi, rebirth, na vidyate. So, if anybody goes to any other loka, he has to return. Only attaining Paramatma, one becomes free from rebirth and free from samsara eternally. So now one might ask, why one has to return from Brahmaloka and other lokas? Why one cannot stay there permanently? One-way ticket, why it is not possible? So then Bhagavan says, you cannot stay there permanently because the loka itself is not permanent. Sahasrayuga paryantam aharyad brahmano viduhu ratrim yuga sahasrantam teho ratra vido janaha. Yat is ye. We have to convert yat into ye. So, who? Ye janaha, the people who brahmanaha, of the Brahma, the Hiranyagarbha, Sahasrayuga paryantam ahaha, his daytime lasting for 1000 yugas. Sahasrayuga paryantam ahaha, the day lasting for 1000 yugas. Yuga sahasrantam ratrincha, and his night of the duration of 1000 yugas. Viduhu, they know. Te ahoratra vidaha, they know the ahoratra, they know the time. They have understood the time properly. Ahoratra vidaha means kala vidaha. They know the time properly. So, kala jnana. So, time is a study. Jyotish Shastra deals with the study of time. In Jyotish Shastra, everything is related to time. Trutyadi pralayanta kala ganana. So the time starts with something called truti. Truti means a very minute fraction of a second is called truti. 1 by so many times of a second is called truti. I don't know the exact number. So truti up to pralaya, that is the time span. So in Jyotish Shastra, the time span is studied. So various times, truti, nimesha, muhurta, tithi, all this, everything is various units of times are there. They are studied in Jyotish Shastra. So, now we have a span of life. Compared to our span of life, the Brahma Loka appears to be eternal. Brahmaloka ityadi appears to be eternal. Therefore, we tend to think that that loka is eternal. If something lasts for so many years, we think then it has to be eternal. But Bhagavan says, you may think it is eternal. We think even this life is permanent. I am going to live permanently. Many people unconsciously or subconsciously think so. I will be there permanently. That is why they keep on accumulating money and all. They don't want to give, they don't want to spend money, they want to just accumulate. So, thinking that they are going to live permanently. This lifespan itself is very short. And compared to this lifespan, the other lifespan seem to be permanent. Devata, Devaloka, ityadi. So, Bhagavan says even that is permanent, impermanent. So, how can you say that? He says, ask the astrologers, the Jyotish Shastrajna, who have studied all these scales of time properly. They will say, this kalpa will come to an end. Then there is a pralaya. There is avantara pralaya, intermediate pralaya, as well as there is a mahapralaya, absolute pralaya. So, there are such pralayas. So, during the Mahapralaya, even the Hiranyagarbha Upadhi resolves. Even the Brahmaloka Upadhi resolves. Therefore, even the Brahmaloka is not permanent, not eternal. Therefore, it is not worth pursuing even Brahmaloka. Staying in any other loka, including Brahmaloka, one has to return. When they are going to close, one has to be ready to return. So, from our lifespan, it might appear very long. See, for a mosquito, human life is eternal from the standpoint of a mosquito whose lifespan is just 20 days. So, if a mosquito asks a human being, how long are you going to live? 100 years. And 100 years is how many days? And you count how many days? 365,000 days. So 36,500 days I am going to live. That's all. 36,000 days. 36,500 days is the human lifespan. So that many days I am going to live. Then the mosquito will be astonished. My God. So, compared to us, it seems to be eternal. But even that is not eternal. For Hiranyagarbha, it will seem to be a short span. Human life is very short, seconds. So the Jyotish Shastra, people who know the Jyotish Shastra, they know the temporary nature of even the Hiranyagarbha. So, see the Bhashya. Brahmaloka sahitaha lokaha kasmat punaravartinaha kala parichinnatvat katham. Brahmaloka sahitaha lokaha. The lokas including Brahmaloka. Kasmat punaravartinaha. Why they are punaravartinaha? Because of what reason they are subject to punaravartanam. They are subject to return. Kala parichinnatvat. The reason is kala parichinnatvat. They are subject to limitation in time. Then the Purvapakshi asks Katham. The student asks Katham. How Kala Parichinna? How even Brahmaloka is Kala Parichinna? So then this is the answer. Go to the Jyotish Shastra. There the time duration of each loka is given. Each kalpa, each yuga is given. So Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Sahasrani Yugani Paryantaha Paryavasanam Yasya Annaha Tat Ahaha Sahasra Yuga Paryantam Brahmanaha Prajapatehe Virajaha Viduhu Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. Sahasrani Yugani Paryantaha Yasya Tat Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. Sahasrani Yugani, 1000 yugas. Paryantaha means Paryavasanam, limit, duration. Yasya Annaha. So Paryantaha means Paryavasanam, the time span, the time limit. Yasya Annaha Tat Ahaha Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. That kind of a day is called Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. And it is Brahmanaha Ahaha. It is the day of Brahma. And here Brahma means Prajapati, Virat, Virajaha. Prajapati who is Virat. So Viduhu, Ye Viduhu, who know that. Ratrim api Yuga Sahasra Kalantam Ahaf Parimanameva Ke Viduriti Aha Te Ahoratravidaha Kala Sankhyavidaha Janaha Ityarthaha Yataha Evam Kala Parichinnahate Ataha Te Punaravartinaha lokaha, ratrim api, even the night, yugasahasra kalantam. So even the night is yugasahasra, 1000 yugas. Ahaf parimanameva, and the duration of the night is same as the duration of day. Ke viduriti, who know that? Te viduhu is told. Who viduhu? Ke viduhu? Aha. Bhagavan says, Te ahoratra vidaha. Ahoratra vidaha is kala sankhya vidaha. The people who know the count of the time. Kala sankhya vidaha. Janaha ityarthaha. Yataha evam kala parichinnaha te. Yataha, since te means the lokas. Evam kala parichinnaha, they are time bound in this manner. Ataha, therefore, punaravartinaha, te lokaha punaravartinaha, they are subject to return. If one goes to these lokas, one cannot expect to stay eternally. They might be able to stay long, and even the long is also from our point of view. From once you go there, you find it is short, because even the time duration depends on what we feel. So whether a time is long or short, it depends on our subjectivity. So sometimes when we are interested in doing something, 1 hour appears short. Whereas if something boring is happening, then 1 hour, so much I have to wait. So the duration depends on how we feel. So once you go to Brahma Loka, that time also might appear short. So therefore it is not worth making effort to go to any other lokas. Instead, if you want something which is really worth, then seek the eternal Paramatma. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.